What's up, everybody? How we doing? How are we feeling? I mean, the fear right now in the market is palpable, guys, and I'm just so excited to be able to jump on and sort of guide and help navigate you guys through these times with the help of our star trader, one of the best traders in this entire industry, okay, to help us navigate just exactly where we're at right now. Now, I know that it's right to have some sort of fear right now, but that's also when it makes it incredible opportunity to take advantage of the dip if we continue to be bullish. So Rob's going to help guide us through that. But as of right now, we are testing that 200-day moving average on the daily, which is critical at this juncture. So the title today is Bitcoin make or break, bearish or bullish. You guys already know where I stand as far as macro. Man, we couldn't be more bullish. We haven't even seen liquidity come into this market yet in a big way. The Fed just announced that they're going to stop quantitative tightening, meaning extracting liquidity from the system, and they're going to start easing. I mean, I couldn't have it more clear. In fact, I just dropped a video today with all of the facts that there are stating why this cycle for me is probably just getting started in the grand sort of finale, right? And also Rob walked us through some very interesting charts yesterday, which showed that, we could potentially be getting that next leg up sooner rather than later. So, but Rob will tell you that the charts dictate what we do and we take it step by step. So we're going to get into that today. I've got a lot for you guys. ETH. I mean, there's just so many different stats, right? So ETH, over 40% of all ETH is locked, staked, or stored. I mean, eventually we're going to see this supply shock play out as institutions continue to buy. I don't know if you guys saw, but the $1 trillion IMF, so International Monetary Fund, told 190 member countries that they should accept the crypto reality, okay? This woman, Kristalina, she said, fiat money is moving digital and crypto's evolution is happening at exponential speed. And it's the world's top monetary institution telling governments to adopt. But she didn't just do that. I mean, she literally said, just like, like a gangster up there. Like, I honestly thought it was amazing. She said, if you don't do this, good luck. Right? Like, I just have to play you guys that clip before we add Rob to the stage to guide you through this, because this was just such an epic moment. I mean, never could I have imagined that this would happen this fast. Check this out.
I'm telling countries, accept reality. Fiat money is moving digital. The developments in crypto, both unbacked and backed, they're happening with exponential speed. So yeah, you can try to lock your country away from this. Good luck with it. So yes.
You guys paying attention to this, man? I mean, that's hilarious. She's literally sitting there being like, you're going to be the biggest fool in the world if you do that. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of like cheer and optimism this Thursday as we start our killer stream with Rob the GOAT. Okay. And just get you guys in a good mood. I know it's scary. I know that Bitcoin is sort of, on a critical level here, but let's stay level headed and take it step by step. And we have some good news too. Actually, some of the setups from yesterday that we talked about popped. So you could have made money today trading in these terrible conditions with Rob's setup yesterday on BAT. So we're going to go over that too. But just don't forget to zoom out and look at the bigger picture, because where we're headed is just unbelievable. I actually have some really great content coming for you guys this week on AI and why I don't believe we're in a bubble, because AI is going to make us the most productive human race we've ever known. And what happens when productivity goes up is wages go up, inflation goes down, and things prosper. That's why I feel like we're underestimating how these next 5 years of our life are going to go, when we're all having like humanoid robots walking around in our house doing our chores and all of the like the low level tasks, so we can focus on higher level stuff. So man, I am pumped. I just want to give you some of that positive energy. And Rob, let's add Rob to the stage. Rob, how you doing? You're muted, by the way.
Hey, what's going on? I'm doing pretty good today. Just listening to the optimism of the market right now, and just excited for what the market's about to come here. And just I was checking out all the sentiment around the market. A lot of people are calling that we are in a bear market. I'd noticed.
Oh.
You want to know something? I can't call it a bear market. Do you know why?
Why?
I had to look it up before while you were talking. I had to use the AI real quick, and I just asked AI, what is the definition of a bear market? You ever ask that before AI? You ever look it up yourself by chance? Anybody?
If no, let's hear it. Let's hear a definition.
Let's read it to everybody. A definition of a bear market. A bear market is typically defined as when prices of securities, most often stocks, fall by 20% or more from recent highs. Investment sentiment turns broadly pessimistic, but I'm not going to really include the crypto. Crypto shifts their feelings shift way too fast. So a price decline of 20% or more, and it has to be sustained and stay underneath that level for quite some time. It can't be just bought right back up. And I just looked at, is my chart up yet?
No, not yet. Should we put them up?
It doesn't matter to me, but right now, Bitcoin's only down 15%. So we are getting pressing to those levels right now to where Bitcoin is down 15%, but technically by the big dogs, the institutions, they don't consider this a bear market. We're retesting the one-day SMA 200. We're on loads of support right now. We hold the support, the one-day 200. Even if we close underneath it and we fake out like down in this area, if we're not holding underneath 20% losses on Bitcoin, it's the big guys don't consider it a bear market. So
well, there you go, guys. The technical we don't fit this by the technical definition, and we know this because technically the last higher low, we haven't really closed below that and breached that yet. And even then, we'd have to close below that on a weekly level at a minimum, right, to start saying, okay, something is off here. And I'm going to remind you of the stats. I mean, maybe you only have 2 more weeks of waiting. The stats are this, okay? Stats are stats, probabilities are probabilities. After a green September, the high of the month of October often comes in the last 3 days, 29, 30, 31. Now, we don't have a lot of stats to go off of, but these are what the stats say. So I just feel like wouldn't it be fitting that they get us on the brink of peak fear? Everybody capitulates. I mean, I actually been doing so much research on this because I just cannot believe that this is how the top would go after we're getting all these institutions stockpiling in at even 105K, right? So I just feel like something is different here, and that maybe also not just the fact that we're lagging on global liquidity, because that's just a fact too. I mean, we haven't seen in the injection of capital in a real way yet, cheap money, fast money coming into the space, but also the institutions want a longer accumulation period, right? I mean, BlackRock, just because they have an ETF, they got to get on the phone Wall Street style, like Wolf of Wall Street, and be like, hey, you got to buy this. I mean, they got to go and educate all their clients on this stuff. So you better believe they don't want this thing to rip without being involved. I don't know. That's just something to add to this whole this whole puzzle, right? But before we go further, I just want to shout out to all our OGs. Samuel, what's up? Have a fantastic day. I always love hearing from you. And we got some random Theta lovers in the chat. We might have to pull up a Theta chart later, Rob. It's a fire sale right now, let me tell you. And those who are pivoting into AI in a big way, like Theta, I believe are going to smash it this cycle. So I think Theta's flying high under the radar. They have like, I don't know, so many patents now. And they're just focusing on AI infrastructure. So that's a super bullish play for me. Mitchell Welder waiting for a drop a little lower after the news. Okay, waiting for Theta to drop lower than this, man. This is a fire sale. The world is going digital. It's inevitable. Absolutely, Peter. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. That lady, I mean, she's so dead set on it. And she's literally telling all of the countries, get on this train or get left behind and get wrecked. So Magnus, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Buy Theta. I love it. Love it. Theta community is strong, man. Guys, on that note, let's just get back into the Bitcoin chart. Let's pull up Theta later and let's see where we're at.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So basically what I just said is where we're at is we're on the 1-day SMA 200. We're on loads of support. We're only down 14-15%. So we're technically not in a bear market. So we're just basically waiting for confluence of this level to hold. Technically, if we close down here, it would be kind of a lower low. But what comes after a lower low is a higher low, or a lower high. So it's not like, and if that starts happening, that money that could pull back alts back up, because a price action just says after a low you get a high, after a high you get a low. It just depends what kind of trend we're in, and we got to kind of see where just things kind of start closing here. But also just in the macro area of this is just a strong support that we're testing. It just all depends on candle closes. And then for day traders, like I believe I mentioned in group Aptos, APT, we did a short on it. We're up to TP2 right now, and also on some of our other trades we're in profit as well too. So it's all just a big waiting game and just waiting for candles to close and waiting for confirmation. Now, if I'm going to be buying the dip, I mean, I bought the dip on Friday. So personally, I don't want to add any bags just yet until we get more confirmation. I'm waiting for like that 1-day 9 or something like that to come in.
Oh yeah, we love that 1-day 9.
So I still have alerts set on that one there. We close above the 200, then I'm gonna get to add to my bags, hopefully at the same price or lower than what I bought on Friday. And then if we don't go lower than here, I'm perfectly fine with that one. Then I get to buy higher and add to my bag at a higher price with more confirmation of those buys not going into a loss.
Right. So you might miss a little bit of the move, but at least you're protecting capital, right?
Yeah.
By waiting for confirmation. So when you say close, are we talking weekly, daily? What are you thinking here?
I mean, I always set alerts on the daily 9, so I'm waiting for a close with confirmation above that. And then once I get that confirmation close, I'll come in and look at the oscillators and see what they all look like. We are down on the very lows of them, and I'll be looking for them to turn up and start pointing up, telling me that the bullish momentum is coming in. And they're all down at the lows, so the oscillators are very simple. They go from 0 to 100. Once they go down to the 0 area, once they consolidate down there and then start pointing up, the next level is 100. When they go up to 100, that means prices are going to be going up. So this is the buying area that we're going to be getting into. It's patience, waiting for confirmation. That's about it.
Yeah. And if we do hold, this is like the best buying opportunity ever, because all of the indicators are on the floor. All of them are ready to turn up, right, at some point, if we hold that support. So are you talking like today, if we close today, you're going to think about adding to the bags, or like how many days would you want to see confirmation?
I want to see this 9 to get down a little bit further, and I always want to see what I look for is I'll look for that close above the 9, and then I want to see a bullish candle with Bitcoin or a hammer candle possibly. It just depends on candle closes. I don't put timelines on it, just due to you never know. Like look, I'm gonna go just back in history. Like you look over here, you can see how we had that big red candle, then a green bullish engulfing candle, and that next candle that came down, we filled up this area right in here. I'll look for something like that, and that's whenever I'll start saying we got confirmation to start getting in. And you probably could sit there and say the oscillators were, they were flipping bullish at that point. So
there you go. And you know what?
Something similar. That's just patience.
I'm not going to wait to have a cocktail with you guys for another all-time high, the all-time high vodka. I'm going to do this when we get that confirmation and Rob and I are buying a dip. All right. Because we're saying it here on the channel and we're trying to help you tune out the noise so that you can be as successful as possible here. So that's like when the real celebration is, right? When we can confirm that support and when we see that things are changing. Peter, you read my mind. I also want to go over ETH, see where we're at with ETH. I think that's also an interesting indicator as to, where we are for alts and things like that. So that being said, Bitcoin's currently on support. We're seeing if that daily is going to hold. Before we do that, do you have that BAT chart? I mean, I just want to show you guys what happened with the setup that we showed you here for free yesterday on the channel. Not only that, but it's in the Hive. It's in our Discord for free. You have access to Rob, because I want to do things differently. We decided as a team to do things differently. And instead of making it a gated community, we want to make it open to everybody so everybody can win. The ways that you can support us is by smashing a like, sharing this stream, and hitting that notification bell, and also signing up for BYDFI. You can trade there. You'll support the channel and Rob. And they're a great exchange, and we're trading there as well. And they're doing a massive sign up bonus. So that all said and done, at a minimum, guys, I better see you in our Discord, in the Hive, where we're all going to learn how to trade. We also have beginners trading videos if you want to get started. But this is BAT.
Yep. So this is BAT. And basically the other day, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, I said we hit TP2, and if we come back down and retest, I'm going to be buying more right here. I'm going to trade it again. And we came back down. We retested the main support areas, and we bounced off it, and we hit TP1 again. Now, with the markets not being good, that's why we're basically only hitting take profit 1. But I'm still, this take profit 1 from this area, if you were to put a trend line right on here and got even like just at the breakout area, you're still a 14% move on a long when all the market conditions are bearish, which is pretty good. Right. So I'm very big on I always sit there and say my stop losses are in profit. So even if you're up at TP1, you move your stop losses in profit, you get stopped out. Oh, well, and these are day trades or swing trades, whichever you want to call it. And you just get stopped out in profit, whatever. And then you get to retry again. So if it gets back down in here, I'm going to be looking for another bullish continuation pattern when it gets back down here in low time frame. And if it holds this area again, I'm going to do it again. And until this 1 day fails, which where is the 1 day 9. So until we lose the 1 day 9 on this token, I'll just keep on trying until we hit all TPs or we lose the 9. Then once we lose the 9, that means the trade's invalid. I'm out. I'll wait for a new setup. And if we keep on holding it, we may hit all TPs all the way up to, I'm going for the 786 Fibonacci level, which is 31 cents.
I like that. That's, and it's just, you really simplify things. So like you said, you're going to keep trying until it actually holds, and, we start blast off season. So this is a trade you guys can take now. If you missed it yesterday, it might come back down. You might get a good entry and be able to try again. Right. And I think that's super cool that you can make money in these terrible market conditions, quite frankly, where everybody's scared and on the sidelines. This is a way that you can have this skill that will help you out in any market conditions, in bear markets and bull markets and chop. You can still take advantage. Just want to say, realized bear, skull. Yeah, we'll be having a cocktail. Usually we do that on Fridays. Maybe we'll pull that out tomorrow. Guys, what are you doing today? What are you sipping on? What are you feeling? I saw an interesting stat on X where a big KOL or YouTuber, he asked people, it was a poll, and it said, are you in profit this bull market? And 70% of people said no. Right. And so that helps you understand why there's all this negativity, because 70% of the market doesn't hold Bitcoin. Right. And is all in altcoins, which is understandable because people are in here to try to gain wealth. Right. And, so it's just an interesting stat, and it just adds to that kind of like aggravation and that feeling of like despair, where I quite frankly feel like we could be near like disbelief phase. So we'll see. Rob, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I believe that this market has been a little bit different than towards others. I believe people bought alts, not Bitcoin, and it's definitely making a lot of people pessimistic in these conditions. And I mean, I feel it as well too. Like me, I didn't actually hold anything this whole bull market. I just did everything by trading. So I'm not feeling the hit like everybody, like a lot of other people are. But also at the same time, I'm just like, I just wish I traded Bitcoin long the whole time. It'd been a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is, you hit the nail on the head. This has been the Bitcoin bull run. And it's like all eyes have been on Bitcoin. The easy trading has been with Bitcoin, right? Like, so yeah, I think altcoins will definitely have their day in the sun. We need that risk on environment to come back, and it will in a big way. I'm certain of it. Because of the macroeconomic conditions, because we haven't had cheap money yet. So, obviously I'm not certain of anything, but when I say that, it means I have a high level of conviction, guys. So, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go into our other stuff that we had in Discord that we actually made money on today, even without hitting profits. And that's one thing I like about trading is you can make profits even when you're wrong. I always say I love being wrong and making money. So and that
I like that.
So this setup was here. The breakout is all the way up here. We're looking at an ascending triangle, and I had a front run entry right here, and we got to get in right here, and it went all the way up to the breakout area. I was up 60% or so on leverage, 7x leverage, which I put in here, and I just said moving my stops in the profits, which I was stopped out in profit, and now we're back underneath it. Now I'm kind of waiting to see if we bull trap to get back in or not. And that's the one lovely thing about trading and using risk management techniques was I did those 2 trades, and I made money today on those 2 trades. Even in horrible market conditions, and on longs. Now, next, I'm going to show you guys a short that we have in group, and these are just day trades and how you can make money while we're waiting for the market to turn over to add to our spot bags.
Right, and without babysitting. I mean, like, it's just like Rob said, you can set your alerts, get in, get out, and he's posting these in the Discord that you have access to right now. You know, we're keeping it open for the time being, so go there. Like, help yourself this bull run. Like learn a new skill. You don't have to start with a lot of money. You just practice with small amounts, but you'll get good and you'll get better, and then you'll start to get the hang of it. And your stock. We actually had one single mom sign up, so shout out to you, Megan. I don't know where you are. She did tune into all of our lives. She literally took in everything, and she is crushing it now with Rob's setup. So you guys, like, anybody can do this. Anybody can do it.
I mean, yeah, anybody can do it. And if you're unsure, I think I posted in Discord today. I mentioned it somewhere. Let me pull it up here. Thanks, BPC, Crypto Gents. Somebody bought a new vehicle. Was it in this area? But I mentioned something like trading, like my risk management is really important. This is the one thing I can say. Lesson 4: making $0 a day is better than losing $1,000. And moving up your stop, especially in these profit conditions, moving your stop losses up into either break even or profits pretty quickly is very important. And
Right.
you'll sit there and see me sit there and say that type of stuff all the time. Like we were in a XLP long, which we got stopped out, and I said XLP stops and profits, looking for the breakout, going into TP2. So those are certain things that I'm just like, just move your stops up. And it's day trading. You're not supposed to be in it for a very long period of time when you're day trading. And
Right.
if you don't have time to, or you're not sure what to do, then just don't do anything and just kind of wait for better market conditions or use less capital and just make sure you don't lose very much money if you are having trouble, because you need that money to make money later on. You don't want to lose it all in these kind of conditions.
Yeah, especially like when the conditions get easy. Then you guys are going to be seasoned, right? Because you're starting and you're learning in difficult conditions. Real Ice Bear, which section of the Discord? So if you go into the Discord, it's under Crypto Gents. That's where Rob's group is and where Rob is posting all of his stuff. So there he's in the spot channel right now. And there's also a leverage channel. And in all of the setups, he actually gives you recommendations for leverage amounts, right? So like really it's amazing. It's just such a great resource.
Sure. I mean, I posted this like probably 2 or 3 days ago, and it just broke today. Bearishly retested today, and we're hitting take profit too, which you can see right here. We're in take profit too as of right now in the moment. So if you did 3x leverage, you're up a pretty good amount. I did all my setups is due to I'm a little bit more trained. I do 7x leverage on everything. I really don't change it. I don't like to think before I take a trade. I like everything being set. So just for me, it's always 7x leverage, but for newer people, a little bit lower might be better. So you're at 10% profits if you took this, or you're at 5, 10, 15% profits or so if you did it 3x leverage. Me, I'm up like 35 or 36%.
All right, there you go. Hey, Real Ice Bear, I want to see you posting results too and getting into it, man. I'm excited. I want us to all take this ride together. So yeah, you guys can just check in there daily. Also for mental support, any questions you might have. We're going to do a lot of giveaways coming up and a lot of fun stuff. So yeah, it's our new venture, our new mission, and it's exciting, right? So yeah, let's all hang out there and just have a lot of fun. Like, just enjoy the process too, and it's going to be awesome. That's all I have to say. So Rob, then we went over BAT and Wall. Aptos is another one.
Yep.
Should we get into some altcoins, or did you have some other charts lined up here?
I just want to post a little bit more about the group real quick. So we also have another trader of mine that I know really well. He's posting some of the heat maps in there now. He's getting better at those. And he's sitting there showing these down here that we might have some liquidation levels. And these are showing big, strong buy orders that are all the way down to like 95,000. So there's really high people are buying the dip rate. That's what this is basically showing, that there's big buy orders underneath here. This isn't my one of our buddy Mike's here, and he has the heat maps that he's started to post in there as well too.
Okay. So I mean, like I did say this too, we could wick down or visit those areas without closing below and still be bullish, you know, on higher time frames. So
people are buying, so that's a good sign. There's no orders there.
Absolutely. So that's good stuff, guys. You got a lot of different people with ideas as well, and that's how you form a strong community, right? We all share the ideas and help each other, and that's really something cool, because our space is not that big. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just 24/7 dialed into the space, and I always feel like it's the whole world. And then I like step out of it for a minute, and I'm like, oh my God, we are so small. Like, our group of people in this world is so tiny. So it's really fun, right? Like, it's not mainstream by any means. And yeah, you're on the cutting edge of it.
Yeah, actually, I don't really know very many people like around where I live that's in the crypto besides one person, really. And so my crypto family is here online.
Exactly. So that's where we're going to have all the fun in crypto. And yeah, let's see. So we're back to Bitcoin here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one. I haven't checked this for a little bit, but we just hit the max fear level on Bitcoin. We still have yet to actually get my green buy yet, so which is surprising.
So what were those green buys tethered to? What was that indicator there?
These green buys, they're just a reversal signal. They're not really tethered to anything, just something that I made up on here, and that it's the bottom one. I think the
smart money or
the smart money institutional money positions. So when this goes up to the upside, that means institutional money buying. When it goes flips to the downside, that means they're selling.
Okay, very interesting. By
the dip indicator.
Yeah, no, I like it. And all signs point to, I mean, we're down in max fear. Indicators could be potentially flipping back to the upside. Leverage flushed. I don't know. You know, it feels like it would be a weird place to start the bear market.
I mean, usually you start the bear market when everybody's excited and happy and
max euphoria, right? Like
max euphoria, and everybody round trip their income or their profits.
Right.
Not go into more of a loss or break even, not start from break even or something.
Yeah. What's up, John? I think you might have missed the beginning of the stream, but I'll just give you a quick recap. Bitcoin is currently testing a very important level of support at the 200 daily moving average. And it's not looking too bad, honestly. If it doesn't break down below that level and it holds support, that's going to be a very, very bullish thing. But we were even discussing that it could, you know, go down into the even mid 90s, where there's a lot of buy orders stacked. And, you know, as long as we don't close below or in that area on a repeated basis on a higher time frame, we'd still be bullish. So it's going to be scary for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks. Who knows? It's going to be a little bit scary, but it's not looking too bad, and we're most definitely not in a bear market right now. That's all we can say.
We said the definition of a bear market's a 20% drop that's sustained, not just a drop.
Yeah, so this is more like those fear, like shakeout, sell your Bitcoin cheap to BlackRock, and you know, like buy the dips that make you sick kind of season.
Yep. So next, we're gonna go back into the Russell 2000 that we talked about some yesterday. I don't have all the indicator on it for the seasons that was yesterday's, but right here, this is the all-time high that we needed to break. We did break it, and we are now retesting it. We're back testing it right now. So this is the Russell 2000. If whenever we read that yesterday, this is for basically risk on people, or risk on assets. If this keeps on holding up and this starts going into all-time highs, we are going to be, and it's also testing this level here. So this is the first time that we're going to be holding this level ever and going to all-time highs. And that's showing risk on appetite in the stock market. And we're looking for that to flow over into the crypto world and go into the crypto market as well too. So
that is massively bullish. That is bullish. I mean, so we kind of equated the Russell 2000 to like startup tech stocks, right? Like the higher risk.
It's higher risk, whatever it is at that point in time. It's just more, it's high risk appetite. It's how, like, I would say, like, Bitcoin's low in the crypto market. Bitcoin's low risk. That's your gold or whatever. And then altcoins are your total 2, total 3s indexes are going to be your. Sorry, my alerts keep going off on my trading.
Got to set those alerts, guys.
Yep. But so basically the now I lost my train of thought on that.
No, you were talking about the Russell 2000 being risk on, and
so basically the total twos and total threes, when they break out, they look the same. They look the same as the Russell right now. That means risk on. So right now we're looking for the total two and total threes or other charts to follow this chart right here is the idea off of this.
And imagine folding and walking away and quitting right now before we're potentially massively bullish. It's just not the time to do that right now at all.
Yep.
So yeah,
I mean,
you guys.
Yeah, so here's the total two right here, total one, remove. So it looks this like it did break out and we kind of faked out on it, but the Russell didn't fake out. So crypto is a lot more volatile. So I don't expect it to be exactly like the Russell, but the Russell retesting, I'm just looking for it to follow basically. And we're kind of going to see what happens after that Russell goes into all-time highs if we keep holding that level. That's total two. Let's look at total three. Let's see where that's at. So for some reason, my XPL arc, I think I said it wrong. I think I said it on every time it moves against something. But yeah, so you can kind of see how we broke above that all-time high. We faked out, but the Russell didn't fake out. So we want that to sit there and follow it.
Yeah. No, it's looking good so far. I mean, the Russell anyway. And if that's any indicator, you got gold smashing all-time high after all-time high. That typically precedes a Bitcoin rally. So just so many indicators, right? So many indicators. And, you know, the head of the International Monetary Fund telling countries that we will go digital. It's inevitable. And you better brace yourself if you don't accept it. Right. Like, so, yeah.
All right.
So
USDT, we are going up into major resistance. We have this trend line right here. We don't want to break this trend line, but we're going up into this trend line and we're going up into these resistances of these wick highs right here. So we're looking, and we wicked up here already once, and we're coming back up into it again. We want to see a bearish retest and for it to get rejected and come back down to here. So that's what we're basically looking for on this one. So we're coming into major resistance on the USDT chart. Now this breaks out and retest and goes up. The Russell fakes out and Bitcoin loses the SMA 200. Then we have a different story. But as of right now, this is still in a downtrend. We haven't put any higher highs in yet, and we're looking for that lower low or lower high.
And so the thought process behind this is if USDT dominance is going up, that means more people selling or just going into stables or staying with stables, and vice versa would be more like putting that liquidity into the system, right?
Yep. So yeah, I want to bring up that chart there, just to sit there and say the scenarios right now. Like for me, like I'm getting kind of nervous on opening shorts because I'm afraid I'm gonna get short squeezed.
Right. Yeah. That is the higher risk, I feel, than going too long at this point.
So any shorts definitely tight stop losses. So get in, get out.
Right. Yeah. So interesting. I mean, lots of different points of confluence to show that now is not the time to be bearish yet. Right. It's just not. And even if we were to go into those more bearish levels, I just feel like it would be a longer period of consolidation, instead of an actual bear market. That's just, based on the macroeconomic conditions. So this is, we're going into Theta, all you Theta gang. I don't know if you left, you're still here. Let us know if you're there, but we're going to check it out. We're going to see where is the best levels to be buying in at, right? Like we're already getting a fire sale. I mean, these levels, I don't even know if we got these levels last cycle, right? Like, so. Maybe.
Yeah, this has held support at this level now in 2020 before it took off into the massive run. Then we retested it during the bear market of Bitcoin's bear market, two to three times. Now we're retesting it. So this level has been holding the whole time. Like this is a very strong level we're at. So we were basically looking for that level to hold on. Let's look at the weekly charts here. The indicators are low right now, so we need to see them. All right, I got to turn that off.
Right. So, I see Magnus is still here. Mitch is still here. All right. What's up, guys? So basically it's on a weekly big level of support right now.
You could call it actually probably a monthly support. So we're on a monthly support. We don't close the monthly underneath this. We're good. We're getting the best dip buying opportunity you probably can get. If we close the monthly off of it and the other things that I said could happen in the bearish way, then we could look at down to those lows. But let's just sit there and see where the monthly closes. It's all about candle closes. I can't make a prediction. I can say this is what I would look for if these candle closes. Let's zoom in just a little bit to the 1 day. One day looks like, and I don't really want to go lower than the 1 day because there's way too many fake outs. When you go above the 1 day or underneath the 1 day, if you're sitting there trying to do it on a video, there's going to be way too many fake outs, in my opinion. I don't.
Right. Yeah. So Mitch is saying, is it possible to go lower? Well, that's what Rob was saying. It's based on all of those other indicators. It's based on whether or not Bitcoin holds support here, and then potentially. But if not, I mean, this is a very heavy level of support. That wouldn't be a bad time to start dollar cost averaging, or at least that's what I would be doing. And that's what I have been doing at these levels, because I think it's a fire sale for Theta. And yeah, if we can hold the levels, then we're basically buying on very, very strong support. And that's always the best place to get in.
Yeah, very strong support. Oscillators getting low, so we need them to flip up a little bit. We have the 3-day chart closing in 2 days and 4 hours. So just wicking, if it turns into another long wick down in here, that's just showing buyers are coming in. They're coming in to buy this area right here. We lose it, and then we'll have to sit there and make more supports underneath it. But this is just a major support right here. I can't really say we're going to go lower if we close above it, because it just depends. You got to have the patience to sit there and wait for candle closes. That's one of my big things. People don't. It's one of the hardest answers to kind of get on is 4 o'clock. Yeah, my kids came in. They got off the bus.
Yeah, no worries. I'll talk to the Theta. Oh, you're good.
Yeah. So they might come in and talk to me, so you guys might get to hear my kids for a minute. But anyway, we just want to support the hold.
Right. So Mitch says he's a hodler either way. I mean, that's just it, Mitch. Like, and there's whales in the Theta community. I just feel like it's a community that's a very long-term hold minded, kind of like the Theta community is special. I'll just say that. So I think that those big wallets that came in and bought this dip are in it for the long haul. I don't think they're just going to sit around and wait for Theta to go to $1 and cash out. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the people who are in Theta are diehard believers. So that being said, buying since 2020, says Mitch, at pretty good prices, but it would be the cheapest I've made a trade for Theta. Yeah. I mean, 55 cents is like multiple cycles ago status, I feel, or like the very beginning of the last cycle, right? Like when was that price?
Right here.
So what year is that?
That's now it's blocking down here. Let me move it. Let's see here. That is 2020. So this is the price it was at.
There you go. There you go, Mitch. We're right back at those levels. I will say one thing.
Anybody who bought this in 2020 just did a complete round trip. They didn't take any profits at 2,000%.
Right. And the thing is that, like, most people didn't. I feel like a lot of people round trip that cycle. Now we're at another opportunity for you to be able to accumulate and, like, just have a strategy for this cycle, right? But you can always leave some for a moon bag and for long-term holds. But yeah, don't forget to take some profits, guys, definitely during this cycle, even if you're a long-term believer like I am in Theta. And I just want to say, like, Amazon has some crazy stats from when it was first. The first 10 years were so volatile for Amazon. I mean, it corrected 50% at times. I think one time in the .com bust, it corrected 90% before going on to be the 4th or 5th largest company in the world. So don't forget that these altcoins are like startup tech stocks, right? And they could potentially be the next biggest thing on the third web layer of the internet. Like, this is the future, guys. So, like, yeah, we're in penny stocks technically, or like early tech stocks or startup stocks, and we're betting that these horses are going to win the race, right? And I do feel like Theta has that potential.
Let's take a look at
Amazon. You pulled up the Amazon chart. All right, let's check it out. I mean, that's the stats that I got from before. Let's see if we can find some of those volatile dips from the very beginning.
So Amazon, when did that come out? Let's go to the weekly chart so we're not looking. I actually think I made a look Amazon bubble. I did that a long time ago, that thought process.
Right. And because it's so hard to envision Amazon, the titan that it is, having gone through these volatile dips. But it did. It did. And that could be Theta. That could be Cardano. That could be ETH. Right?
So you saw the Theta chart. Look, so Amazon, when it came out, it went all the way up to about 1,500%, then went all the way back down to where it came out, and then it went sideways on the support before it went out, just like Theta looks. I'm gonna have to buy some Theta today, but anyway.
Yeah, there you go. It made Rob a believer.
So now it's down on this support here from where it came out, and then after some time, it went up. Let's do a percentage on it. Let's just use this.
Holy moly! I mean, I could actually see this happening for a stock like Theta, because The money is in the infrastructure plays, the picks and shovels, right? So that's where I'm placing my bets in the different sectors.
And if you listen to the founder of, I've listened to the founder of Amazon, and he said he was never worried about the stock price when he started out. He was just worried about everything else.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos, he would go on like the Tonight Show or the late night show, and he'd be like, the guy would be like, "You're losing money at record pace," and he'd be like, "Yeah," and he just so like just excited because he didn't care about that. He just knew he had the vision, and he knew where he wanted to go with it.
So after that 90% drop, it went 67,000%.
Oh my goodness, guys, are we gonna do a 67,000% on Theta? I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. But I do want to ask, Rob, how many years did it take to get to that point? Let's go there.
Did all the whole drop?
I mean, just like in general, let's say to like one of the highest points here, like, you know, to where it really became something. How long did people have to wait? Yeah, let's start from this lower number here. What is this, 100?
I'm just going to do it real quick here.
Because this will give you guys an idea of like the kind of patience that it would take for those massive numbers to play out, right?
That is 8,000 days. So from 2001 until now.
Right.
So 20 years or so.
Right. Except for crypto is stocks on steroids. Okay.
Yep. But I mean,
like
you're up ton, like that's just a giant percentage. Like if you sat there, you had a portion that you had for long term to donate to your kids, and then just a portion for you to live off, like you're looking at 10,000%. That'll be like 10,000% at this time frame of in 2015, so 15 years, and then you're looking at, so what's 10x? 1,000%, right?
Yeah.
Or so 2x we're looking at right there. So you're looking at not 2007 years for 2,000%, and usually crypto's a lot faster. So
a lot faster. Yeah. So you better believe, like, you know, if they do take off in a big way and they do have staying power and longevity, this is like what's possible because they are the tech stocks of Web3. Right. So I thought that was just a fun thing to look at, to get your head straight, to get in the good mental space. Right. Mitch says held too long in 2021, unfortunately, but this cycle sounds like mass adoption. You know, mass adoption happens technically at 16%. Right. So we're at 5 or 6 right now. So while we may not reach mass adoption this year or next year, I would say definitely we're on track for the next 5 years. So, I mean, that being said, I think that your strategy could be to take a certain amount of profits this cycle to be up on your investment, but, you know, potentially let it ride, have a moon bag, right?
Yep. I mean, it's better to have a moon bag now than it did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It's looking good. It's looking like a good buy level. That's all I'm saying. And you're making me want to buy it more too. And I already have.
That way. Yeah. I think I actually sold my, on the last high, I did sell my Theta. And it kept on going up afterwards. Like, man, maybe I shouldn't have sold it. Now I'm kind of glad. Now I'm going to buy back in.
Hell yeah. Let's go, guys. Let's go, Theta gang.
Trader in me, though. When I start seeing bearish signs, I take profit. That's just the trader in me now at this point.
Yeah, yeah. But you protect your capital that way. Moon bag ready, Mitch. Yes. All right, Peter, I don't know if you're still here, but we're checking out Ethereum now. I've been watching Ethereum pretty closely. You know, we should want Ethereum to do very, very well for many reasons, right? But first and foremost, because it's going to make the rest of the altcoins go up. So, like, let's have a look at Ethereum.
I mean, looking at it right now, so the first thing that I noticed is we're not at the one-day SMA 200. We're still way above it, and Bitcoin's already down there. So, in my idea, Ethereum is actually holding stronger than Bitcoin at the moment, which is a very good sign.
You see how you pick the patterns out. I like that thought process. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we're down 20%, yes, but it's also an altcoin, so it's going to be a bigger percentage pullback than Bitcoin. But we're not at the one-day SMA 200, so that's a big deal to me. I haven't charted Ethereum for a little bit, so you're getting to see me just chart the things that pop out of my head first that I recognize.
Which is good because then we learn, you know, as a community, like what are the things to look for, right?
So I'm going all the way down here. We got these supports right here, all this. So we're in a major support area. We haven't even got down. We kissed the 3.28 fib. We haven't even got down to the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement from this high. Now, if I do, let's do close candles real quick here. If I made a trend line right here, we haven't even touched this trend line at all from this whole pullback. Not even, did we even get on a wick? not even on a wick. So this ascending trend line, those 2 points there, there is no way we haven't even hit that trend line. And I'm sure some people are maybe going like this. That's kind of forcing it on those pivot points. I like from very low to this one right here, and I'm very particular in my rules, so I don't sit there and make the chart look how I want it to. I let it try present it to myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, are we making a good bullish reverse? I don't really see any exact patterns besides, let's go ahead and do this real quick. Just put trend lines on it. Those are closed candles right there. Let's make sure they're closed. And it just looks like we're making a descending, broadening wedge right now. Yeah. And those typically break up higher on probabilities. So, I mean, if it comes down in this area right here and goes kind of sideways on this trend line a little bit, that might be a perfect buy the dip opportunity for our next breakout higher. And it's on the support in this area right here. And like I said, the one thing that I kind of noticed is we aren't as pulled back as Bitcoin. And also to the same time, we could put our candle close above the 1-day 9 as well too with this as well. As you see, when we lost it, we went all the way down. That was right here. So we closed underneath it. Next big red candle. We came up, barely retested, couldn't close above of it. And we got rejected again. So that's coming back down here and looking for the next low. And then eventually those two are going to meet again, just like over here or over in here or over in here. It's just going to happen again at some point. You just let how you win.
Yeah, so that 3,600 level is looking like a big level of support for ETH if it were to go test back down there.
Yeah, that's a very big strong. That's a fib level. I mean, I think the best buy level is usually like is going to be the 0.5 because it's has confluence with 1-day SMA 200. Like that there would lose this trend line. Then people are like, oh, it's broken down. That'll create a perfect bear trap.
Yeah, I mean, Bitmine, which is Tom Lee's Ethereum treasury company, they just bought 400 million worth of ETH on this dip. So not even back down to those support levels, 400 million. Their goal is to, sorry, I'm still a little sick. Their goal is to get 5% of the entire supply of ETH. So there are people buying this up with, I mean, in a fury. Peter wants to look at ETH BTC. I think that'd be interesting as well. Yeah, kind of see where we're at on ETH BTC chart.
Get an idea. Profit in the group, by the way. That's what my alert was.
Okay, there you go. If you guys are in the Hive, you would have seen it. You would have seen it. So go and join right now. No excuse not to. It's free and open to everybody right now. So yes, do go check that out. And yeah, we're going to be doing trading competitions and giveaways with BYDFI. So make sure you're signed up to BYDFI with the link in the description below to be eligible for those. And we're going to rock and roll, guys.
Yeah, actually, let me check. Just give me a second here. Let me check and make sure my take profits actually hit because I'm actually in the trade. So I just want to make sure that oh yeah, I'm up 40% right now. Yay! Close all.
Nice. See, even live trading, guys, live trading.
Hey, I make money to trade. I mean, I trade to make money, so I gotta make sure my profits are taken after my alerts hit. So
there we go.
I just made 40.
That's how you do it. That's how it's done. You sit there and you let your alerts do all the work.
Yep. So yeah, so every time you hear a ding, that means I'm probably making money or I'm getting an entry.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So ETH BTC. Let's see here. Ooh. Let's go start up the 1 week here. Let's look at the oscillators. The oscillators are kind of pointing down. Don't really like the oscillators on the 1 week. We are on major support though. So I'm gonna mark that there. Then let's go to the 3-day. 3 days already down to the bottom. So 3-day, 1 day. Then I'm gonna go to the 1 day. There's only 3 time frames I'm gonna look at. All right. So we're just on major support. It looks like a flag to me, to be completely honest, almost a long flag. Are we still in a uptrend is the question. That's the only place. Let me move this a little bit here. So again, we haven't touched the 1-day SMA 200. It looks just like ETH does, to be completely honest. It looks like it's holding up pretty strong to me, and we could possibly be kind of making a flag right here.
Right. Yeah, that's looking pretty bullish.
We need to kind of hold the support in the weekly is basically what I'm looking for. Then I'm going to also view it in the one chart that I already have made up here. And that's this one here, which.
So that's Bitcoin dominance overlaid with ETH BTC.
Bitcoin Dom's the top one, and ETH BTC is the bottom one, the green line. And we're testing these support areas right here. So we broke out of this trend line. We're on an uptrend. We're just still retesting. We're not underneath this level here. As you can see, on these line chart, I put the on some supports here. And Bitcoin dominance, these two work together. So if ETH BTC starts breaking out, Bitcoin dominance to go down. So you kind of want to have the confluence of both. So this is bearishly, the BTC.D is bearishly retesting still, and the ETH Bitcoin chart is bullishly retesting. So we have confluence that the both are acting the same. So that's good in my opinion. That's more important looking at it that way than just one at a time. Then you have two charts that work together.
Oh yeah, we love that confluence. Love to see it. And Peter says BMNR has 2.51% of the supply. Yeah, they're looking to work up to 5% total and believe in something. ETH, I like that. I like that a lot. Mitch, favorite ISO 20022. Obviously, you know, I think that HBAR is kind of like a slept-on token that's going to do really well this year. I got to speak on a panel with them. I hosted a panel with them in Davos. They were like one of the main crypto presences in all of Davos. Elon Musk's brother came through, and like they had their own, like they were the America tent. Like there's at Davos, like you have all the countries, right, that are represented in the America tent or whatever you want to call it. It was all sponsored by HBAR and basically HBAR. So I think Hedera could do really well this cycle, to be honest. So, and I'm friends with the CFO, with Betsabe, and I just see them going places, guys, and they're working on institutional deals, big things. So yeah, I think it's slept on.
Yeah, I just pulled up my is 88 an ISO token? Somebody told me it was, and I couldn't find that. So
I don't know actually.
So this one is IOTA. This one's an ISO token. It's on support. I mean, everything's on support right now.
Yeah.
XL.
So Cardano is okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't really ever think of it like that, but yeah. I mean, obviously that would be my most bullish hold, guys. Cardano all the way. Yes. It's not American. What isn't? Cardano? HBAR is. HBAR is USA coin. But those two, Cardano, HBAR, very, very solid holds of mine. 100%. Like,
I think CoinGecko it says it's a USA based token.
Yeah.
I'll have to check on CoinGecko though. They have a whole list of all USA tokens. I kind of been keeping an eye on them just in case Trump ever makes a rule on we don't get taxed on them. I'm gonna go look.
Yeah. HBAR is one of them.
I'm going big on all ISO tokens.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, HBAR and Cardano. Let's freaking go, man. So HBAR is looking a little bit iffy, but it could be like coming back up to support. Or what do you see here? I mean, I've just been buying all throughout the dip, really.
Right now, it's on the so it did it like kind of a bear trap type thing. It's hard to say right now because there's no volume on losing the trend line. There's no volume.
Right.
So I'm very big on volume as well too. Close candles and volume. So we bear trapped, and then now we're like bull trapping. So we might, and we're also still holding the 0.786 Fibonacci level from this right here. So it's definitely a challenging one because we're on the main supports, but we're also kind of like bearish retesting some things all at the same time. It's really just a day trader's market right now, and wait for the confirmation to add to your bags if you didn't. I think I actually, so funny on this dip right here, I bought right here and I thought I was buying on spot. I actually bought leverage and I was up to 400%. I already took profits on that, thank God. But I was buying, I had to switch over and I got some spot down in this area right here. Whenever we're buying I think that was my first one I went to. I was like, so always whenever you get like liquidation events like this, always have something that you want to go to and buy automatically that you know is going to do well. HBAR was one of those for me.
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. For me, it's HBAR, Cardano. So Mitch says IOTA 0. Yeah, I didn't think IOTA was US. I will give you guys something though. One company that I've been an advisor to for several years now is Propi, the Pro token, and they are US based, and I think they are going to take the world by storm. So Tim Draper, who my podcast is on his channel and we're friends, and I think he's just an epic guy. He's basically like a legendary Silicon Valley investor, but also Bitcoin billionaire guy because he freaking went into the Silk Road auction with the US government and bought up 30,000 Bitcoin at $600. The guy had conviction, and he said at the time it tanked 50% right after he bought. And everyone was like, you're an idiot. What did you do? And he basically was like, well, this is either working or it's going to zero. So I'm holding. And long story short, he is very early to things. And he was talking about robotics on my podcast like 2 years ago when nobody was mentioning that. And he also invested in Proppy basically in 2017. So also a token that's been around for a very long time. And I think that token is going to rage this cycle because it's they're bringing real estate on chain. So basically, they're allowing to put your property on chain, execute the buy and sell fully on chain, and also you can use Bitcoin as collateral to buy the house. So you don't have to sell your crypto to buy the house. I mean, that's just like brilliant, right? Like that's talk about tax, optimization. So yeah, I think they're going to do really well. Just as a pro tip, token is called Pro, so play on words there. But let's see. High Altitude believes data TA shows $260 Theta by 2029. I mean, yeah, if you want to extrapolate out that far, we could potentially look to the Amazon chart to understand where that is. I know that there's other people in the space that project $1,000 Theta, right? Like, so it just depends on whether it's going to be the horse to win the race or not. And right now it looks like it's in the running, right? That's what I'll say about that. So I've got my moon bag, guys. XRP, what's up with XRP?
It's moving on the 0.786 fib, and if it doesn't hold, and we're looking at lower prices, is basically what I'm looking at.
Yeah, this one looks a little bit weaker than others.
Yeah, it seems like the ISO tokens aren't looking the strongest right now.
No, it's all the dinosaur coins. It's Dash, it's Zcash.
Yeah, Dash, Zcash, BA.
Maybe Bitcoin Cash. Maybe that one's running.
Yeah, so I mean, right here, if we use this, but so this is something I noticed also too for being in the space for a long time. So if you don't know what Fibonacci levels are, they're a big thing that's used to mark supports and stuff like that. And I'll tell you where I missed a lot of moves at is whenever we go underneath the 0.7x Fibonacci level, and I think it's bearish, it's not going to come back or something like that, and it kind of like just does dancing queen down in this area, and then it recovers it, and it kind of like comes down in here, dances around a little bit, then it comes back and recovers the 786, and then it doesn't give you a chance to get back in.
Oh, I see.
So
that's sneaky.
That's happened to me quite a few times in the market whenever I was newer, because I was like, oh, if it doesn't hold a 786, then it's just done. And
right.
it's something that I've noticed that fakes out quite a bit. So
XRP is a tricky one. Lots of manipulation, maybe.
That's just on any token I've just noticed. Just
right. Well, guys, we are getting to the hour. You got a lot of alpha today. I hope you're leaving a little bit more optimistic with a little bit more knowledge than yesterday. And we are posting all these setups in the group. Rob is like updating nonstop there. It's really the best resource you could have in this space. And so utilize that. Go and sign up for the Discord. I mean, let's have a party in there all together. We don't have to like partake in all the negative sentiment. Let's just watch the charts. Let's make money either way, right? And yeah, we're going to be here every day, Monday through Friday. This is our new thing. Hope you guys are liking it. If you are, smash that like. And you know what? We're coming back to you tomorrow for a special Friday stream. I'm going to be having an all-time high ATH vodka cocktail because it's nighttime where I'm at. I'm in Spain. I don't know about all you guys. I know we have some Pittsburghers in here. We have some different East Coasters. But yeah, we will be coming to you again for more, guys, tomorrow. Do sign up to Discord. And that's it. Rob, any last thoughts for today?
Be patient. I mean, wait for signals and be patient. That's what I think everybody should be doing right now. If you're newer to traders, trade with lower amounts of capital because it is choppier. Like this morning when I left, I was like, oh man, everything looks really bearish. And I was like, I didn't get into my APT trade and I was already at TP1. I'm like, all right, I guess I missed that one. But I was in my WAL long and I was like, I'm probably going to get stopped out. So I told everyone to put their stops to break even. I'm like, I'm probably going to get stopped out. And I did a 25-minute car drive. I stopped and APT was bearishly retesting. So I got in. I looked over at my WAL trade. I'm up 60%. I'm like, so I guess we're bullish. And so I just moved my stop loss up in my WAL trade. And then 20 minutes, I got to do something. And then 20 minutes later, WAL stopped out in profits. And now APT's hitting profits. I'm just like, geez, this is a little bit chopped. So definitely just be careful out there if you are day trading. If you're newer, practice small amounts.
Yeah. And if you have time, guys, or you're at work and you can just sit there and sort of focus. We have resources in there. We have a free beginners trading course. So take advantage of all those resources. Learn as much as you can. Get in there and get your feet wet. That's all I'm going to say to you. And be careful, as Rob says. But don't be afraid to get your feet wet a little bit. That's what I'll say.
Great time to learning.
Sorry?
Great time to learn.
Yeah, great time to learn. That's what when the slow market conditions happen and chop and people are like giving up and folding, that's when you double down, because that's what separates the winners from the people who don't win, unfortunately, right? Like, so let's go and win. That's it.
I mean, all games, like, they have preseason. They practice before the real games come, and it's basically preseason time. Good time to start practicing and learning.
That's right. So we're doubling down here on the learning, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you tomorrow at 3:30. Can't wait. Have an excellent day.
Have a good morning, and evening, or a good night, wherever you're at.
Yeah.